received the mental evaluation report, and it was at that time that we realized that Mr. Egbert was competent to stand trial. Things started happening real quick after we got that report. We've been in negotiations with the defense team of Mr. Egbert since that time, and yesterday afternoon, much to my surprise, and I've been doing this a long time, but everything came together and it resulted in what you saw in the courtroom today. Mr. Egbert was charged with 8 counts originally. Just in anticipation of a question from y'all, I will clear up. You saw where he pled guilty to 6 counts of attempted murder. That was enough. That was enough for us to know that he would never live a day outside of prison again. We were confident that that would happen. We did not go forward on the kidnapping charge. I will let you know that our kidnapping victim that day passed away this past summer, and we don't know of any surviving family members that he had. And then the last count was felony evasion, which quite honestly would have carried only 1 more year to what we already got. So we're extremely satisfied with the verdict. I want to say this, I want to be clear, and I don't want it to ever be questioned. You kill a law enforcement officer in Rankin or Madison County, we will seek the death penalty. We would have sought the death penalty today if we could. And we couldn't because of the grace of God and the will to survive of Brad Sullivan and the leadership of Sheriff Randy Tucker and his department. We love them and we're going to take care of them as long as I'm in office. I'm going to let Miss Ashley Allen, who headed up, what was I, all hands on deck task in my office, speak to you very briefly, and then you'll hear from Sheriff Tucker, and finally, Brad Sullivan. Thank you.
We just want to again say thank you to Mississippi Bureau of Investigation and every other agency that came together through this to produce an excellent investigation. There was no question as what happened that day. We also want to thank the Sheriff's Department, even while they were undergoing probably one of the worst days in their agency's history. They assisted in the investigation. There was still a kidnapping scene at the home of Mr. Egbert that had to be worked. And through all of that, they were able to come together through MBI and produce a file that allowed us to get this plea. And I think that the judge did the only thing that could have been done in this situation to ensure that that man never goes free.
Obviously happy right now. Hate this ever happened, but happy to see this day come for sure. I know Brad is. This is a day that another level of healing can start. I want to add that you see these guys over here. It's not just Madison County Sheriff's Department or MBI. This is Madison PD, Ridgeland, Game and Fish, FBI. This guys, when something like this happens, this line is not just Madison County. This is all of us. It affects a community, a state. And we had people from all across the country come here. It's tough. As an administrator, I'll tell you, it's something you never want to go through. Watching these guys suffer the way they did, and seeing now the closure in their eyes, and being able to watch them move forward from this point, something that I'm certainly going to enjoy seeing. It'll stay with us forever, but I know Brad and I shared a hug a while ago, and it was a little bit tighter and a little bit more love in it. He's endured more than any of us could ever imagine, and I'm glad to have him here. God's got a reason for him to still be here. We're going to stay with him. He's going to stay with us, and I want to thank every man that puts on the badge, every man and woman, that puts on the badge and gives it their all every day. We know when we put it on, this may happen, and Brad be the first one to tell you. He said it 100 times since this happened. He knew when he got up that morning it may happen. We don't expect it, but that's a possibility. And Brad, I salute you again, brother. Is there anything you want to say?
Do y'all need to adjust your mics real quick?
I just want to thank all y'all for being here and the coverage that y'all have had on it since the day it happened. I never heard any negativity come out of anything. It's been a long road, still got a long way to go. Hoping one day I might be able to get around and walk a little more and maybe be able to do some more stuff with my kids. My family that you see over here to the left with all the badges on, I don't know any family that could have one that's tight-knit as the family I have in Madison County that wear a badge. There wasn't a day in the hospital that the sheriff did not have a deputy sit with me the entire time I was there. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Was even offered when I got out of the hospital that he would still send someone to sit with me at the house if I wanted one. Knew they had other things that were more pertinent than sitting with me at the house. I know that none of them can ever understand what I go through on a daily basis and walking in my shoes. And I have prayed for all of them every day because I've never been in their shoes, especially the deputies that were out there on the road that day to see what happened to me. Never been in their shoes, and I know they're going through a hard time, and the way that I'm glad that it happened to me and did not happen to any of them, I know that they sit back and wish it happened to them and not me. But I'm glad to be where I'm at today. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I was able to get through it. I also would like to thank everybody, and not in just Mississippi, but nationwide, all the prayers and the thoughts that have went out to me, and people that thank me for my service. I want to thank them now. This is the first time I've actually wanted to speak or anything else. And I really appreciate all them, and I just ask that everybody continue to pray because I've got a long way to go, and I ask that everybody on a daily basis prays for law enforcement because when they get up in the mornings to go to work, I know you have the people say that you chose this line of work, you knew what might come out of it. Yeah, we did. But we chose this line of work knowing the thought of what could happen. But we also chose the line of work because we wanted to help other people and make sure stuff like this didn't happen to them. As that day went on, we were not responding to a call to hurt anyone. We were responding to the call to help a citizen of the county. And even Mr. Egbert, we weren't going there to harm him. I'm a hostage negotiator, and my plan was to go there and talk to him, hopefully, and be able to get him calmly out of the house and calmly, and getting him the help that he needed and seek. But the change of events happened, and you see what's happened today. And thanks to the district attorney's office, they have worked hard and kept me in the loop on everything, and I really think they've done an awesome job, and I thank everyone. That's all I've got to say. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.